Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. This is PaperRoxas. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode again. What time is it? Does anyone really, truly know? Of course they don't. Nobody knows anything. You and I don't even know each other. We're like strangers. Sure, I have adjusted all of the game settings to your exact specifications, but who hasn't? It's just what I do, like a day job. And now, the job is over. There is no more information for me to gather. I've collected all the data on you that I can. And I still don't really know you. And you don't know me. And neither of us know what time it is. I guess some settings are just unsettable. But if I'm being totally honest, the clock doesn't do anything in the game anyway. You won't have me here when the game starts next time, but that's okay. Oh, sad, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of I'm gonna miss this. I am not even gonna lie about that. I'm totally gonna miss this. Video games weren't meant to be played alone. Oh, sorry, video games were meant to be played alone. You like being alone, don't you? No, I'm actually pretty extroverted. That's maybe the only information I really learned about you. Well, it's time for me to leave. No! There's still one more setting that we need to adjust, but it may take a little time before I'm ready for that. It's not really in my job description, but that's okay. Perhaps you'll see me again if you can find me. Ooh. Talk soon. Oh. Man, no. There's something new. Okay, as I was saying, hello everybody, this is PaperRoxas speaking. Welcome back to the Stanley Parable 2. Full disclaimer for anybody watching any of my videos. Up until before I filmed this episode, I have not watched Jacksepticeye or Markiplier or Gab Smolder's playthroughs at all. So please don't think anything that I say or do is a direct rip off of them. I began playing the Stanley Parable 2 without watching anybody else play through it because I didn't want spoilers for myself. I wanted to experience the game for myself, and sometimes people just say the same things. It's in human nature to start taking certain antics from people. I've watched Mark and Jack for years, just started watching Gab Smolders, and so people pick up on little quirks that other people have and they adopt them into their own. That may be the case for me for certain things that Mark and Jack and Gab say. So there you go. I'm not trying to copy anybody. Just want to clear the air on that one. Let's dive in. Let's see what this epilogue is about. Epilogue. Many, many years later. Ooh, okay. It is completely silent in this game for me right now. You know what it is? I never adjusted my playback settings. I still have my speakers. Eek! I have my speakers still set. Sorry, guys. Alright. Office chairs. I saw fire. I had to go in and adjust my settings. I thought I had memory zone. Am I just, yep. Oh, okay. Epilogue. Many, many years later. Again. Is something different gonna happen? This is very pretty. Like, I almost want this as a background. There. That might be a background to my computer later. It's very pretty. So I'm curious if there's going to be something different now. Okay, I'm not falling through the floor this time. That's good. Did my game glitch last time? I don't think so. Generator. In memory. In loving memory of the Stanley Parable 2. Yeah, my game could have totally glitched earlier. Oh. What do we got here? Cookie. Oh god, Cookie 9. Okay. Cookie 9's blog. Like so many, I enjoyed my time with the original Stanley Parable, which underscores how truly disappointed I am with its sequel. Where the first game teamed with originality, the Stanley Parable 2 is dull, uninspired, and often insulting to its fan base. Oof. Rather than expand on what made the first game enjoyable, the sequel veers off into territory nobody asked for, an infinitely deep hole. Who cares? Where are the new endings? What about enjoyable bits from the Stanley Parable 1, like the adventure line? We already found that. Instead, we get an uninspired side quest collecting figurines. That was fun. Even this diversion feels incomplete. Collecting all the figurines gives you nothing. I must say, though, I found the bucket to be quite comforting, a welcome reprieve from, and that's it. That's all I can read. Okay. So, let's see here. So we came from that way, so we need to go that way. All right. So let's go back to this. Oh, there's another one.
Jim.
They work.
Jim.
That's funny. Okay, let's see. Stanley Parable developers, no more spin-offs, no more sequels. And the Stanley Parable 2 launched to massive success in 2013. I feel like I have to sneeze. Its creators made plans to build the property into an entire franchise, but a disastrous critical and commercial reception to the Stanley Parable 2 has prompted the developers to rethink their ambitions, as outlined in a press release they published today. It's clear that more Stanley Parable is just not what the fans want, reads the press release. We thought that we had a vision for the series that players would be excited about, yet it turns out this could not have been farther from the truth. The press release goes on to promise to preserve the artistic integrity of the original game and to stop assaulting fans with our reckless and insulting creative visions. The word sorry appears more than 25 times in the press release. Review scores, video game history second. Okay. More buttons.
Jim.
Okay. More buttons.
Jim.
I must press them all. Oh. Were those figures? Okay.
Jim. Stanley. Jim. Stanley.
Guys, we found our button. What's that? Okay.
Stanley.
Aw, we finally have a button to say Stanley. That's sweet. Do I get to collect you? I do! Oh, how exciting. 26 out of 6. I feel like I missed one somewhere, but that could just be me. Into the hole. I feel like Alice in Wonderland right now. The 2 doors. Thank you for enjoying the new content. Hello again. We found you. It's nice to see you. But it's terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Did you read what the developer said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise. What nonsense. The Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Sure. Let's run this franchise into the ground. No. Let's drag it through the mud and back. And if people hate it, who cares? Can't please everybody. You know, and I've learned that so many times. You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. So you're not the narrator. Okay. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together we are going to make the Stanley Parable 3. Oh. It's simple. All we need to do is change the number in the game's title screen. We also really need a really dumb subtitle for the game. Something loud and gaudy. Go ahead. Try combining some random words together to make a new title for our game. The Stanley... Danger of Passion of the Journey to Stanley versus Deadly, the original, ground paperwork, telephone, poison, ice cream pantry. Okay. I kind of like Stanley versus telephone, ice cream. Stanley versus ice cream. The Stanley Parable 3 is Stanley versus ice cream. It's absurd. I love it. Every time you restart the game, we'll advance the number of the sequel by 1, and then we'll pick a new subtitle. Yes! That way the Stanley Parable will never end. Oh, I love this. And nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. That's fine. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. It'll just be the same content, recycled again and again and again, with new title screen. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? Absolutely. I like it, but I want you to have the say as well. Full send. Good. Then it's agreed. A new sequel every time you start the game. And you know what? Since you've put faith in my idea, I feel like giving you something as well. You see, I'm noticing that the narrator never found a way to give you the broken achievement, did he? Of course not. I wouldn't expect him to know how. Are you gonna give it to me? Oh, it's been bothering me. Let's fix it. Alright, there, the achievement machine is all fixed. You see, I'm on your side. We're in this together. Who are you? We're going to keep this train rolling. The Stanley Parable cannot end. It can only spiral in on itself forever. I must keep the wheel turning. I'm ready. Are you ready? Great. There's only one last thing we need to do. Please enter the current time. 9:15. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. I mean, that's barely visible for me. Thank you. Please enjoy the Stanley Parable. Okay, then. Okay. What the heck? This is absolutely great. I love this. I'm sure if you would have picked no, let's not do it, it would have just gone back maybe to the Stanley Parable too, or the original Stanley Parable. This is great. I did not approve the card, but that's okay. Yeah. This is freaking awesome. Let's go ahead and let's get started.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
Something was going to happen.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
All right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So I think I need to find the achievement machine then.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
Yep.
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth?
Yep.
No.
I'm clicking
I
it more.
can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks.
I did way more than 5.
Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say
Pretty sure
that's
I
the
got
kind
there.
of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
I'm pretty sure I've already gotten to 50. And yes, I am doing this for an achievement. I'm an achievement hunter.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Okay. It's 417's new content! Oh, there it is. We'll go to the new content.
Great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
We will go to new content. Don't worry, guys. I need to find door 437. Where the hell is that door? Right here.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
415. 417. Please don't tell me you're 415. There you are. I think that's a blank door.
Now, back to door number 437.
Yeah. New content door is traditionally a blank door. Wait. 437. There. Oh, God, I'm
Let's
lost.
see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine. All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
I will be back for you, Bucket. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need the bucket.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
I think I'm going to need the bucket because of the achievement machine. Oh my God, how do I get on the desk? When you don't want me to jump.
Yes!
There we go.
This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
417. No! You're door 416, aren't you? Aw, man. Okay. We're gonna have to go explore new content, guys. Bucket! I don't see 416, you guys. I really don't. I think that is a new content door. Okay, well.
The embrace of an old friend, a weathered companionship that stands the test of time.
Yes. You were 416, I know you were.
We've almost got it. Now make the bucket and the copy machine touch again.
Never mind. I know nothing. I know absolutely nothing about this game, apparently.
Finish it off, Stanley. 5 touches of the bucket on door 430. Yes! We did it!
Yay!
Wow!
I got the
That
achievement.
felt amazing. You know, not all buckets will get this kind of experience.
didn't think
They
he was
won't all
gonna
know
put
what
the
it's
bucket on
like
that
to
one.
slam repeatedly against nearly every door in one section of an office building, or what it's like to be employee 419. Buckets may dream of an experience like this, but few can say they've truly lived it. You've given a bucket hope today. Stanley, I'm very proud of you.
Oh, it was worth picking up the bucket. Okay, let's go. We gotta go find that achievement machine so I can get the other achievement. Also, fully aware I don't have any sort of audio recordings of myself when I play my PlayStation 4 games. Working on getting that fixed. At some
Hello,
point.
and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013
Yes,
on
okay.
home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Yes, we've been here.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Yes, we've been here. I want the machine.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Yes.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Wait, Stanley, I've just now realized that bucket you're holding, it's the bucket I've been working on for my sequel. How did you get your hands on it? Isn't this the preview to the sequel? How do you have the bucket already? This makes no sense at all.
Oh, I'm so happy I grabbed the bucket. I am so happy I grabbed the bucket.
Hold on. Did I already show you my ideas for the sequel?
Yes, you did.
I don't remember doing that at all. You're seeing things all out of order.
No, I'm not. I'm on my way to go find this machine. I want an achievement. I don't have Any
All
more
right.
jumps?
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Yep, I have no more jumps. I used them all. How foolish of me. Elevator! The machine.
The infinite hole, the giant door. Did you see them already?
I did.
Stanley, none of them are ready yet. I'm still developing them.
That's
They're not
okay.
even close to finished. How did they look when you saw them?
Close
Were they
enough.
captivating? Were they exciting? Did
Yeah.
they fulfill on the promise of everything that a sequel to Stanley Parable could possibly be?
Sure.
Had I figured out how the hell to make a sequel to this game?
Sure. That's what you want to tell yourself, sure. Black. Thank you for enjoying the new
Wait,
content.
if you're still carrying the bucket around with you, if the bucket is interesting to you, that means I must have made it correctly. Yes, you carrying the bucket with you everywhere is exactly what I set out to accomplish. The bucket is the exciting and captivating new content that I promised. I did it! I win! I made a sequel to the Stanley Parable! Yes, the sign is correct. Thank you for enjoying the new content. Thank you for taking the bucket everywhere with you, clinging tightly to the bucket, never letting it go. It means I've won. It means I am victorious over the gamers. It is a sweet salve of victory on my soul. Thank you for enjoying the new content. The bucket is the Stanley Parable now. They are one and the same. There is no Stanley Parable without the bucket. I win, 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 I win.
Oh. What? Do I need to go in there without the bucket? I need to go in there without the bucket.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I
Stanley
say this-
decided to go to the meeting room.
Shush,
Perhaps
talking.
he had simply missed a memo.
I say this because I need to get to the achievement machine. And the bucket... I already did this. The bucket is preventing me from getting to the machine because it already says I have new content. Yeah. Yeah, I need to. That's what we need to do. We're going to speed this up, guys. It sped up for me. That's great. Loading screen is this one.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable
Have you
and
now?
about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be.
Not
The
disappointing.
original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy.
I've already got
So
5 hours on
forget
play.
this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Okay. Here.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it.
Yep.
I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Button that says the name of the player. Are we really at Stanley the one time? Okay, I need to find, if we already have the bucket, the achievement.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given. As you can see, the machine is not working yet since... What? Wait, what in the holy hell is going on? You got the achievement?
I did.
Where the machine works. Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago.
That's okay.
Who fixed it? Is someone here? Are we being watched?
No, you're fine.
Oh, God. What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
I mean, can I collect out of you? That's fair. I wish I could run. Stanley moves pretty fast, but I wish I could run.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh,
I
wait.
usually use my jumps.
You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle?
I did.
Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Sure. Okay, let's see about the infinite hole.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for You see? Isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue. Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel. Okay, and I guess we're back in the hole now. Did you really need to see it again?
Yes.
I don't know what else there is to say, Stanley. It's an infinite hole. It's exactly what you're doing right now, but forever. There really are so many other fascinating exhibits that I prepared for you. I really spent quite a lot of time on all this, and I would very much like to show you some more of them. How about we go ahead and press that teleport button again so we can get back to what's really important about... Oh, goodness. Well, this is rather embarrassing, Stanley.
Okay,
I'll be honest with you. I truly did not believe that anyone would actually stay in the hole long enough to hit the bottom. Yes, I know. I told you the hole was infinite, but come on. Who actually wants to fall forever? The hole was plenty deep. It was more than deep enough, in my opinion. Maybe it's you who likes falling too much. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite?
Sure, we can do that.
If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
I'm up here. We know that this is the same. Let's see. Let's pop in here.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one.
Oh, we get to
I
decide
think
again.
that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
Yep. That's totally fine. I'll keep that one.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Are we gonna get another bucket? Do we get two buckets?
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance
Get a
Bucket.
second.
You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting.
We get a
You may
second
even come to
bucket.
long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest,
It's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
It's my bucket again. We don't
Can
get
you
two
feel
buckets.
it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body.
Just
and in
pick
fact,
it up.
can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and
Can I
more
leave?
awaits you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Okay, so we don't get two buckets. This is my bucket. I'm glad I put the stickers on there to like.
Does anyone give out
basically-
awards for most
No.
enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Yeah. So anyway, glad I put the stickers on.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it,
Very
Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
I'm glad I put the stickers on it because then we could really determine which my bucket was and if we had gotten a second bucket. Anyways, let's see if this is openable now. No. Darn it. Maybe later. Okay. Everything else we've done.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable... All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now? So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly
this is
clear
the thing,
yet
I'm
how
just
exactly
gonna
these features
skip
will
through
come
it.
together as one single coherent
When I
video
edit the
game, but
video, that is.
I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work.
We are choosing the Stanley Parable for a title. Let's see. We got A Door to Atomic Stanley's Tiny Dreams of Forgotten Journey to Pantry Coworkers Escape Coworker Cheese Hole. Okay, I'm partial to A Door to Cheese, Dreams of Cheese, and Journey to Cheese. I think we are going to go with Dreams of Cheese. Oh, that's disappointing. Okay. We're gonna do begin the game. Sorry about that. My toddler came bursting into my room. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Do I pick up the bucket? So I can just go and revisit that whenever I want to. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to think what we haven't done.
The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Yes, only because we haven't turned.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where...
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Anywho, what I was saying is that we haven't turned on the mind control facility.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
8.
Even
I got
now,
the achievement.
in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were... But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
I know there was a lot of
Was it
dialogue
the
going on with the
bucket
bucket
knew
there,
all
guys,
along?
but
Was the bucket guiding him? Yes. This is certainly the most logical explanation.
I am wanting to go get an ending. And the narrator just kind of goes on and on and on. When we
The
have this
elevator
bucket.
raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Thank you, Mr. Narrator.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television
I saw
screens.
this.
But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below.
I can't remember if it was
Thankfully, he
Markiplier
fell
or
directly
Jack.
onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall.
I think it was Jacksepticeye
Now,
who found.
what to do next? Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here.
We could do that.
So they set up a little couch and relaxed. It really wasn't so bad down here. A bit cold, perhaps. After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was craving paninis.
Oh yes, I too.
But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all. He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning.
Oh.
It unsettled the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail. All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending. This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground.
I am
The bucket
unconsolable.
sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually. It's what the bucket was counting on.
Mm.
The two of them waited for a very long time.
Let's do the other one.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Hold on, I'm curious about something.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky indeed.
Are we not able to get up there with the bucket? Yes. I want to get down here with the bucket.
Whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear.
We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self.
The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger, of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket!
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
Said the bucket.
not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid! You are a bucket!
Why are you starting
This
to
is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like...
What the?
My God, Stanley,
What the?
you did it.
Oh my
You
God.
saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
What did I do? Alright, let's go.
All of his
get-
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Huh?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Stanley cradled the bucket in a gentle embrace, protective yet delicate, assertive yet compassionate.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I'm on a mission.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was coming to a staircase. Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
You know, I'm on a mission because I still have to get the
Stepping into his manager's office,
achievement,
Stanley
but-
was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
I did.
Was it that the bucket knew all along?
No, it didn't.
Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical
It
explanation.
is my emotional support bucket. So we are gonna go for the turning on the mind control facility instead, because we have not done that one with or without the bucket, and I think this is gonna be the last ending.
Stanley and the
for you
bucket
guys.
walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
So I think we've done. I mean, done this ending without the bucket.
The lights rose
We have
on an
not,
enormous
but
room packed with
I
television
wanna see
screens.
what it does.
What horrible
and-
secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both
Yeah.
wondered to themselves.
I've played the original, so
The
I know what the
monitors
destroy
jumped to
ending
life,
looks like,
and
but
Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock.
let's see what it does with the bucket.
Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it.
His own life in someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter, his one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would... But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
Oh.
Birds. Silly, silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
What? Oh my gosh.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him.
Penguins!
This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery.
This is great.
Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this base.
Sure.
Flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Aw. I think this was a good one to end on. All right, everybody. That does it for the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. I think we have found all of the endings that we could possibly imagine. Yes, I'm a little sad that the start menu didn't change because we have all the sequel stuff in right now. I'd have to figure out how to get rid of, I don't know. I don't know. Too confusing. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I can't wait to see you guys watch all my other videos. I'm sorry the PlayStation videos have no audio from me. Working on getting that fixed, hopefully. But thank you again. Again, any view is something I appreciate because this is a hobby. So thank you very much. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.